This is still GH Today here on GHOne. We still continue our Heart Talk conversations. And this time we're focusing on the youth. What does President Mahama hold for the youth? What will he center his priorities on when it comes to the youth in Ghana? Remember, the unemployment rate is hovering around 14%. How will President Mahama operate in such a way that we drop those numbers? My guest this morning is one who has been here a couple of times. Dr. Ayeh is my guest. He's a member of the NDC communications team. Good morning to have you.
Good morning.
How are you?
We can't complain. I think that,
now you cannot say that.
Oh yes, I think that we want to say thank you to the people of Ghana. They have made it possible. The young people of this country who reposed overwhelming confidence in His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who listened to his policies, whom in the face of overwhelming intimidation from the MPP government that even if they vote for the NDC, they will not hand over power to the NDC. Even in the face of those intimidation, they were relentless. They voted for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, whom I believe will deliver on his mandate. He will take Ghana from this economic turmoil that we find ourselves in. He will put in place plans to ameliorate the suffering of the teeming unemployed young people of Ghana. He will put measures in place to make our secondary education better. He will put measures in place to reduce cost of living, to reduce the hardships that the people of Ghana are reeling under. And so, I think that we still are hoping that from January 7th, 2025, His Excellency the President-elect John Dramani Mahama will make Ghana great again and put Ghana on the path of prosperity and development.
Let's talk about the campaign. Even prior to the campaign, you were very, resolute in your conversations that the NDC was going to emerge winner of the 2024 general elections. How did the campaign go for you?
Yes, I think that this campaign was basically about issues. You had one candidate, which is His Excellency the President-elect John Dramani Mahama, who was speaking about economic reforms. He was speaking about jobs. He was making mention of the 24-hour economic policy. He was speaking about a Jumeirah policy. He was speaking about the National Apprenticeship Program. He was speaking about 1 million codes program. He was speaking about National Women's Bank. He was speaking about improvement in free SHS, which a lot of people are very interested. He was speaking about how we can bring accountability to the people of Ghana. He mentioned the Operation Recover All Loot, which surprisingly has become the most popular policy that the people of Ghana are interested in. In fact, in the immediate aftermath of the election, a lot of people texted me and told me that the only thing they are interested in is His Excellency the President-elect prosecuting and holding the feet of government appointees, especially the MPP government appointees under the fire of accountability. And so these policies resonated with the people of Ghana. As compared to the other side, which is the MPP's candidate, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who was head of economic management team, as intimated by President Akufo-Addo, that Ghana's economy was managed or was being managed by the brilliant economist, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, the man who we were told is brilliant and had the necessary wherewithal, had the brains to change Ghana's economic fortunes, had to actually reach for the nearest rat hole. He has run away from the economic discourse and saying that he is a white elephant. He knows nothing about Ghana's economic management. Whilst he says that, he jumps on another platform and says, he has implemented 33 policies. So in one breath, you are so hardworking and so ingenious that you bring forth 33 policies. In another breath, when you are asked of your stewardship as far as Ghana's economic management is concerned, a position everybody knows that you are currently occupying, you run away from it. So the people of Ghana could not join these rhetorics together. They realized that this man was telling the people of Ghana lies. In fact, indeed, you heard Honorable Afenyo Marcus yesterday. He is telling the NDC that we will see how we'll raise the revenue if we take off these taxes. But they are the people who were telling us that they will take away e-levy. Didn't they say they will take away e-levy?
Sure.
Didn't they say they will take away betting tax? So you said you take betting tax away, meaning that you cannot raise revenue. But you are the same person now telling us that NDC is taking away this revenue. So how will we raise revenue? It means that they were telling us lies. So these were the crop of people leading Ghana. And the people of Ghana saw through the lenses that the MPP's existence was untenable. The existence has been an aberration that must never be allowed to repeat itself. And so they reposed overwhelming confidence in the President-elect, His Excellency GHOne Mahama, who has shown over the years that he has the stable hands, he has the track record, he has the experience and the vision to take Ghana to the land of prosperity.
In your estimation, what do you think was the role of the young people in your party, the likes of you? I saw the likes of Bridget Bonnie, Nwong, and all the teeming young people in your party. What role did you play in the victory of GHOne Mahama?
Yes, I think that what happened was that, the policies were clear. If you look at the various sections of young people, we have some in secondary schools. We had some in tertiary. We had some that have completed tertiary and are waiting to get decent jobs. So from secondary education, realize that the major issue now is free SHS. Look, there is no doubt that free SHS has become a political hot potato. In fact, His Excellency the President started the progressive free SHS for day students, which I benefited from in 2015, 2016. You understand the point I'm making? He committed 25 million Ghana cedis, as corroborated by the MPP's 2017 budget, read by Ken Oforiatta. Now, the MPP made a promise that they will do free SHS. Fine, granted, they won. But up to date, the people of Ghana do not know the source of funding of free SHS. How can a policy that won you an election witness such neglect and rejection, such that children are actually being fed with contaminated food, or spoiled foods? You understand the point? Expired foods. Thank you for the word. You understand the point I'm making? This certainly cannot. So I still hold the view that the free SHS for MPP was only a political promise. All they wanted to say was that they have implemented free SHS, but rather the investment that the policy needed were not there. So the President-elect, His Excellency GHOne Mahama, made it clear that he will make free SHS better. What is he saying? He's saying that he will commit a fund to sponsor free SHS. You understand the point I'm making?
And how much investment is he looking at injecting into that particular fund?
You know that as we speak, GET fund is capped. So monies that are supposed to go into GET fund, the MPP is using it for other reasons.
Is that something that would be critical for GHOne Mahama? The capping of certain critical agencies?
Of course, because there are reasons why these statutory funds were created, or statutory source of funds. How can you cap it for another reason? For example, how they managed to use ESLA money to pay a company called SMO that actually wasn't doing anything for this country. You understand the point? So President Mahama has made it clear that he will improve free SHS. He will create a fund just like he created for ESLA, just like he created the Exim Bank. He will create a fund to fund free SHS. And number two, His Excellency the President-elect is saying that it's been 8 years of double track. The MPP has not been able to buy cement, chippings, mortar, to build structures, dormitory blocks, classroom blocks, to avoid a double track. The President-elect GHOne Mahama has made it clear that under his regime, he will, as a matter of urgency, build structures to avoid the double track. He is known to be good when it comes to, he has a track record, solid track record when it comes to construction of monumental edifices and all that. He is going to do it. Number three, President-elect is saying that today there is a feeding issue as far as free SHS is concerned. He is going to decentralize the feeding of free SHS, the secondary schools, so that every district or constituency will have their own system of buying food to feed the secondary school, so that you don't need to get, or you don't need to wait for several months for food to come from the national
secretariat
buffer stock. You understand the point? So that food will be there and it will get expired. It will not happen under the President-elect. You understand the point I'm making? So these are far-reaching reforms that His Excellency the President wants to do to make free SHS better. That is for secondary education.
Will he also, before you continue, you've listed 3, please hold your thoughts. Will he also look at decentralizing the free SHS? Some analysts have called for that.
In terms of how I don't...
So you mentioned that instead of looking at national for the food, will he also look at a system where if you belong to a certain district, you go to free SHS in your district rather than moving?
As far as the proposals the president-elect made, I didn't see the proposal you are making, but these are all proposals that all of us, after the president-elect has been sworn in, we can all talk about it to make the policy better. Because at the end of the day, when the policy becomes better, it's the young people of Ghana who
It's a collective good.
When you go to tertiary, the president-elect made it clear that one of the difficulties affecting a lot of people from accessing tertiary education is the time frame with which admission fees must be paid. Sure. When you get admission to the university, within a matter of 2 or 3 weeks, you have to pay admission fees. Some go into 4,000 cedis. If you don't pay, you forgo your admission. And so the president-elect has made it possible that he is going to remove that bottleneck in the form of the no academic fee policy, such that first-year students who gain admissions into tertiary institutions, universities, training college, nursing trainings, polytechnic, that's public tertiary institutions, admitted students will not pay this admission fee. This is to ease the suffering of guardians and parents, especially in a situation where we have serious economic difficulties affecting the country, where 1 million people have lost their monies through domestic debt exchange program. Many businesses have folded up and all that. So he's doing that to ease or to cushion people, the people of Ghana, to make life better for them. His Excellency the President has also intimated that persons living with disability are going to enjoy free tertiary education. Is going to, as a matter of urgency, increase and disburse student loan trust fund monies for students, for continuing students to benefit from. So these are policies that.
But where will he fund the free tertiary for persons with disability? Where is he going to get the funds?
Oh, as part of our policies to uncap various statutory sources of funding. And you see, it is very important that, look, this present MPP regime has been wasteful. Look at the amount of monies they commit to Office of Government Machinery. All these monies can actually fund all these programs. Look at the amount of money they committed to construction of the National Cathedral, Sky Trains, Ejapadiu, the monies we lost to PDS and all that. So President John Dramani Mahama is a compassionate leader. And he has made it clear that he is come to make Ghana better. The waste will be cut out and will streamline the meager resources that the country has into some of these policies. We also made mention of post-tertiary education. Many people are looking out for jobs. The president has said, in fact, the national security makes it clear that the biggest threat to Ghana's national security is the issue of unemployment.
Which is now hovering around 14%.
Exactly. So the president, 2 million young people do not have jobs. The president has made it clear that as a matter of urgency, within the first 120 days, he will put in place the necessary implementation legislations to roll out the 24-hour economy policy, which will expand Ghana's economy, change the economy from a one-shift system to a 3-shift system. We have made mention of 133, one job to be done by 3 people at 3 different shifts. And he's doing that with the support of funding from Exim Bank. He's reducing the cost of production.
Will that be just for the public sector or the private sector?
Both private. We have certain public sector that will benefit, like we made mention of the Ghana Passport Office, we have made mention of the DVLA, and other public institutions. We have made mention of private sector. Do you know that today, the pharmaceutical industry, the whole value chain, 80% of what they use are imported, 20% produced in Ghana. Even with the 20% produced in Ghana, the 80% of the raw material are imported. So you can envisage a situation where a 24-hour economy system is coming to boost the pharmaceutical industry for us to produce more in Ghana. When we are producing more in Ghana, more young people like pharmacists, lab technicians, and all that are going to get jobs. When we produce more, we will export. Ghana will get a lot of foreign exchange to stabilize Ghana's economy.
Are we then going to curb our import-driven? Of
course, the policy is geared towards, it has 3 pillars. Number 1, to create jobs. 2, to increase production. 3, to change Ghana's economy from an import-substituted export-driven economy. Okay. You understand? For Ghana to export more. That is the bedrock of the policy. Do you know that as we speak, there's a 40-member committee working on the legal framework of that policy? There are several companies that have written letters to the office of the president-elect to be allowed to enroll onto the 24 hours. So this is a beautiful policy that we must all embrace. The president-elect has also made mention of the GHOne policy, which is for startups. Young people watching me this morning, some of them want to expand their businesses. Some of them have actually written proposals. They have business ideas. They just want the 10,000 cedis, 20,000 cedis, 5,000 cedis to start their businesses. The president-elect has made mention of the GHOne policy. He's saying that at the end of every year, 10,000 young people will get startups to expand their businesses. Today, wherever you go, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, WhatsApp, people are writing DM for cool price. Do you know why they are saying DM for cool price? They are selling something. They want to earn something to eke out a decent living. The president-elect wants to make it possible for many young people so that we can reduce the rate at which people travel out of this country and create homegrown jobs for young people to benefit. Some of us are prepared. That's why we were appointed as spokespersons. We are prepared to support the president-elect so that some of these useful policies will be spoken about, will be implemented, and we'll be happy to talk about it for many young people to benefit from. We have also made mention of the National Apprenticeship Program. The president-elect has made it clear that people who want to become masons, seamstress, hairdressers, you will be put under a master. You will learn from the person. Will pay your free baby a trainer. Will pay it for you. After that, when you are out, we'll support you. If you want to do hairdressing, you get dryers. If you want to be a seamstress, you get machines and all that. So these are far-reaching policies that the president-elect is putting in place as far as jobs and skills development is concerned. He has also made mention of the 1 million coders program, which is very, very important. You know, the president-elect has a track record as far as our digitalization is concerned. He built the National Data Center, the Accra Data Center. This is the infrastructure and the platform for which the 1 million coders program will be implemented. Young people who roll onto this program will be taught, there's what you call business process outsourcing, knowledge process outsourcing. Young people will be taught software development, software management, software operations, so that even if they find themselves in Ghana, they can actually get employed outside the country and work. So these are very important policies that young people will benefit from as far as John Mahama's administration is concerned. We have also made mention of scrapping of nuisance taxes which are not beneficial to the people of Ghana. Today, what is e-levy doing for Ghana? Today, what is 10% betting tax doing for Ghana? Today, what is COVID-19 recovery levy doing for Ghana? A host of over 40 taxes heaped
emissions
levy, luxury vehicle levy, sanitation levy. It does not make sense. The people of Ghana have suffered, have reeled under this MPP government. The president-elect says that he is going to be judicious with the use of public funds. He will not burden the people of Ghana with some of these taxes that have proven to be nuisance.
Now that you talk about taxes, how soon are you scrapping the betting tax? Because a lot of young people are concerned about that.
It is part of the first 120 days. The 120-day social contract that the president-elect has intimated. By April, all these taxes will be scrapped. And this is according to the 26 bulletin, first 120-day policy
social
as
contract
announced by His Excellency the President. And one policy that I want to talk about is the ORA, the Operation Recover All. Look, some of us are very interested in this policy. Today, $312 million have been sunk into the National Cathedral. The biggest hole in the Republic. People have stolen the country's money. People must vomit the money. All those contracts. Do you know that according to the Strad report, the board of the National Cathedral, even when they met, they weren't writing minutes. The award of contracts, construction contracts, flew in the face of Ghana's procurement laws. There was no parliamentary approval. Public funds were put into this project when the president told us that he will use private funds. Nobody has been held to account. In fact, $6 million was given to a man called Nehemiah Group to solicit funds. As we speak, not a dime has been accrued through that process. So people have stolen money. Cecilia Dape's money. I think justice must be brought to the people of Ghana. PDS deal, where the vice president himself actually met people, conspired with them, gave them a fake insurance guarantee to dupe Ghana. Today, we are told that Ghana has lost about 2 billion Ghana cedis. People must vomit this money. Pualugu Dam. Dr. Baumia, he told us that his government's biggest investment in the north is construction of Pualugu Dam. $12 million was invested in that program. Today, when you go there, there's not even a cement bag on that project.
Okay.
We must find out. Today, the 13th African Games, they tell us that 4 million Ghana cedis was used to print accreditation cards. Even if the accreditation cards were being printed for angels, we will not spend 4 million Ghana cedis. People must vomit all this money. Today, excavators flew. People like Ekweusi are working free men. They must be brought to the books. And so a lot of rot, a lot of loot has gone on under the 8 years of MPP regime.
Okay.
All these amounts must be recovered. And the president-elect has made it possible that he will prosecute all these people so that justice can be brought to the people of Ghana. So that the young people, the monies that sank into all these corrupt deals will be returned back to the states. All those sole sourcing contracts that were inflated. You recall that some inflated social contracts were given to the vice president brother, Abraham Baumia, without any competitive tendering process. All these money
we'll have 4 years.
Yes, of course.
To
you see, the point is that President Mahama has nothing to lose. He is here to impress the people of Ghana. He is here to clean his name. He has only 4 years. And it will be 4 years of memorable development.
Okay.
4 years
I guess
4 years of making the people of Ghana proud. 4 years of implementing all these policies that I've made mention of. And I'm confident as a young person that at the end of the 4 years, we'll all come back to this studio and shower.
Well, within the 4 years, obviously, you always be here in the studio for our breakfast review. But thank you very much for coming. That's Dr. Sammy Ayeh. He is spokesperson on youth-centered policies for the NDC. He's also a member of the NDC communications team.